各位投资人分析师、投资界的朋友、媒体朋友，大家午安。我是联咏科技的副总经理及发言人陈建新。今天非常欢迎大家来参加联咏科技2024年第3季的法人说明会。今天线上跟我们在一起的有我们的联咏的副董事长王守仁先生，还有财务长周胜成，还有及投资关系处长 Tony， 还有 Yvonne。很高兴我们能够再一次在线上见面。我想今天的法说会同时会用中英文来进行。今天整个会议的议程如下。首先会有 IR 处长 Tony 这边先用英文报告我们联咏科技2024年的第3季的结果。接下来会由我们的王守仁副董事长针对第3季的结果做进一步的说明，同时也会报告2024年第4季的一个展望。最后会开放给各位问答的时间。目前我们手上已经有收到一些投资人的提问，各位仍然可以透过线上把你想要问的问题上传给我们。Tony 这边收到以后会帮忙来用中英文来发问，会由我们的副董事长、还有财务长、还有我本人用中文来回答，然后再翻译成英文。Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone for joining Novatek 2024 third quarter online earnings call. This is David Chen, Vice President and Company Spokesperson. I'll be the host for today's conference. Joining me on the call are Vice Chairman Steve Wang, our CFO Mr. S.C. Zhou, and our IR Director Tony Zheng and Yvonne. The agenda for today's event is as follows. First, our IR Director Tony will report on Novatek's third quarter results in English. Following that, our Vice Chairman Steve will provide further details on our Q3 results and guidance for the fourth quarters of 2024. Next, we'll have a Q&A session. We have already received some questions from our investors, and if you have any questions you would like to ask, please send them to us online. Tony will review and read out the questions one by one in both Chinese and English. Our Vice Chairman Steve Wang and CFO Mr. Zhou, myself, will answer all the questions in Chinese first and will be translated into English later. Now I'll hand over time to Tony to report our Q3 results.
Thank you, David. Good afternoon. This is Tony Zheng. First, let's take a look at our safe harbor notice. Now let's look into our third quarter results. The first page is the consolidated revenue. Quarter 3, our revenue reached 27.87 billion, which is up 10% quarter over quarter, but slightly down 3.7% year over year. The revenue in quarter 3 also met our guidance of 27.4 to 28.4 billion NT dollars. Now let's look at our quarter 3 gross profit. In quarter 3, our gross profit of 11.07 billion increased 6.7% quarter over quarter, but down 9.4% year over year. This page shows the gross margin trend. In quarter 3, our gross margin of 39.74%, down from 41.14% in second quarter this year, and also down from 42.25% from a year ago. But the result of 39.74% also is within our guidance of 38 to 40% range. This page shows our operating expense. For quarter 3, our operating expense of 4.83 billion, down almost 1% quarter-over-quarter, and also around 5% year-over-year from a year ago. Okay. Now let's look at our operating income result in quarter 3. Our operating income of 6.24 billion increased 13.4% quarter-over-quarter, but still down 12.6% year-over-year. Now let's look at our operating margin trend. For quarter 3, our operating margin of 22.4%, up from 21.82% in second quarter this year, but down from high level of 24.69% a year ago. And our result of 22.4%, slightly higher than our guidance of 20 to 22% for our operating margin. Now let's moving down to see our net income number. Our quarter 3 net income of 5.26 billion, slightly down 2.4% quarter-over-quarter, mainly due to lower non-operating income, but also decreased 17.4% year-over-year. Now let's look at our EPS. For quarter 3, our EPS of 8.64 is down 22 cents from 8.86 in second quarter this year, and also down $1.82 from a year ago. Now let's look at the summary of our income statement for quarter 3 and also compare with the result for second quarter this year as well as a year ago. Overall speaking, our revenue and the gross profit are both up quarter-over-quarter, but also down year-over-year. Operating expense is roughly down 1% from second quarter and also down year-over-year. Therefore, our operating income is up quarter-over-quarter but still down. And the net income, the EPS, is down quarter-over-quarter and year-over-year. This page shows the first 3 quarters of income statement for 2024 as well as 2023. For the first 3 quarters, our revenue is of 77.5 billion is down around 7% year-over-year. Gross profit of 31.5 billion is also down around 10% year-over-year. Operating expense of 14.6 billion is almost flattish year-over-year. And the net income of 15.5 billion is down 13.6% year-over-year. EPS of 25.54 is down $4.02 from a year ago. This page shows our quarter 3 revenue breakdown. The biggest portion now is small medium-sized driver due to the launch of OLED driver IC for new business. The portion is up from 33% in the second quarter. SOC business percentage came down to 37% in quarter 3, compared with 42% in second quarter. LDD IC only accounted for 21% in quarter 3, down from 25% in second quarter. We are also releasing our October revenue. October revenue of 8.52 billion is down 10.5% year-over-year and also down 4.4% month-on-month. For the first 10 months, the revenue of 86.0 billion is also down 7.28% year-over-year. In terms of revenue breakdown between the SoC and driver also is included in this table. Within these two business, driver business down slightly more than SoC business month-over-month in October. Okay. This page shows our monthly revenue since the beginning of January, as well as the year-over-year comparison for the first 10 months of 2024 for individual months. Now let's look at our summary table for the key financial numbers. The cash at the end of quarter 3 was 41.997 billion. It's down quarter-over-quarter and year-over-year. It's mainly due to the distribution of our $32 per share cash dividend in quarter 3. Account receivable of 20.68 billion, up 11.18%, is mainly due to also sales increase of around 10% and the flattish year-over-year. Our inventory dollar has been relatively stable over the past few quarters. In quarter 3, inventory dollar of 9.36 billion was down 0.5% quarter-over-quarter, but slightly up 2.71% year-over-year. Now let me pass the call back to David.
Thank you, Tony. The following slide is a recap of our recent major events. And the Novatek 2023 ESG report has been published and ready for download. And we are delighted to announce that we have been awarded the Commonwealth Top 100 Sustainability Award for our excellence in corporate social responsibility, ranking 18th among the manufacturing sector. Additionally, we have also received the 2024 Talent Sustainability Award and the 2024 CHR Corporate Health Responsibility Health 99 Enterprise Award was also received recently. Another exciting news for us is that the groundbreaking ceremony for our Tainan Research and Development Building is scheduled to commence imminently. Please also visit our website for more information on our ESG achievements. And now I'll turn over the call to our Vice Chairman, Mr. Steve Wang, to provide us more details on Q3 results and Q4 guidance. 接下来我们请我们的王副董针对第三季的结果做进一步的说明，同时也报告第四季的这个展望。
谢谢 David。各位线上投资界的这个朋友们，大家午安。非常欢迎大家来参加今天联咏的线上法说会。刚刚呢 ，Tony 已经把我们第三季的结果呢给大家做了一个详细的一个报告。那这个 summary 来讲的话呢，大概第三季呢，我们的营收呢较第二季呢大概增加了10.4%。这个主要是因为这个 OLED driver 呢，新手机呢，在第三季有这个备货的需求所贡献，主要是在这一部分。那第三季的毛利率呢，较第二季的毛利率呢，大概减少了1.4个百分点。这个主要是因为有部分产品的售价调整，另外还有在金价的成本呢有些上涨的这个影响， 另外还有少部分是来自这个NRE 的收入呢，有较 Q2 减少，所以以上呢，简单跟大家报告一下第三季的这个结果。至于说这个第四季的这个outlook 呢，目前我们看到，虽然中国呢最近有这个旧换新的这个补贴的急单的需求呢，不过整体观察呢，这个消费电子的回温的力道呢，看起来仍显不足，加上 Q4 逐渐步入需求的淡季呢，预期联咏第四季的营收呢，会较这个第三季会有衰退的情形。那公司预期的这个 guidance 呢，大概如下。营收部分呢，目前我们估计呢，大概会落在240亿台币到250亿台币之间，大概240亿到250亿台币之间。这个是用汇率32来预估的话，那毛利率呢，大概会介于37% 到40% 之间。那盈利率呢，大概会介于7.5% 呢到20.5% 之间。以上呢，简单跟大家把第四季的这个 guidance 呢，做一个报告。
The 2024 Q3 revenue QOQ up 10.4%. This increase by 10.4% QOQ. This is mainly contributed by the ramp up of the new OLED smartphone model, and this is also in line with our guidance of 27.4 to 28.4 billion. And the Q3 gross margin was 39.74, which is down QOQ by 1.4 percentage point, also in line with our guidance. And this is primarily attributed to the ASP adjustment for specific products and the recent increase in gold price, and also the lower NRE numbers. And as for the Q4 outlook, although China recently had a surge in urgent orders due to subsidies, the overall momentum of the consumer electronics market recovery still appears to be insufficient. Combined with the gradual onset of the off-peak demand sessions in Q4, it is expected that the Novatek's revenue in Q4 will decline compared to Q3. So based on the above, our Q4 guidance will be as follows. Revenue will be around 24 billion to 25 billion NT dollars, with an exchange rate of 1 to 32. Gross margin will be within 37% to 40% range. Operating margins will be 17.5% to 20.5% range. Next, we'll move on to Q&A sessions. Please be reminded, if you have further questions, do send to us. We'll proceed with the questions that we have already received from our investors. Tony, please.
好的，第一个问题是想请管理层就第四季对公司几个主要的终端应用需求的趋势分享看法。
以第四季来看呢，就目前的观察呢，整体消费电子的回温力道呢仍显不足。季对季来看的话呢，除了手机我们看到是增加以外呢，其他的应用呢皆有这个减少的这个情形。就 TV 来看的话呢，中国现在看起来是有家电产品旧换新的这个补贴的急单，不过以总需求来讲呢，看起来仍然有略微下滑的情形。就面板的生产来看，那 monitor 方面呢，看起来需求是比较弱的 monitor 方面。那 NB 方面 notebook 方面呢，整体的需求看起来也是减少的。虽然中国有补贴的这个短单的需求，看起来这个像 Chromebook 的需求也比较好，不过整个的整体的需求看起来季对季还是有减少的情形。那 Auto 方面呢，看起来还是持续有这个库存调整的状况。至于手机方面呢，由于进入这个年终的促销期间呢，大陆新机的备货呢看起来有比较明显的这个增加，有比较明显的增加。所以以上几个应用呢，简单跟大家报告一下。
Could management share the view on the sequential trend across major applications in terms of demand into Q4 this year?
The recovery momentum of demand in the consumer electronics sectors basically remains weak in the fourth quarter, with only smartphones expected to see sequential growth, while other products are experiencing declines. Product-wise, demand for TV is expected to experience a slight decrease quarter-to-quarter, despite we see some rush orders supported by the subsidies program in China. And the demand for monitors basically remains weak. And there's also a decline in demand for notebook. Despite rush orders for Chromebook, we see a better demand for Chromebook because of the subsidies program. And as for auto, demands remain impacted by year-end inventory adjustment. However, there is expected growth in smartphone demand driven by the stocking of new models in preparation for year-end promotions.
谢谢管理层分享产业的趋势。那想请问一下，公司第四季三大产品线的营收季对季的表现的情况会如何呢？
如以上跟大家报告，我们营收的衰退呢，如果从这个三大产品线来看呢，这个三大产品线的营收应该都会有这个衰退的情形，都会有减少的情形。这个最主要在客户在年底呢也在调整库存，有一部分原因是来自这个。那以三大产品线来讲的话呢 ，SOC 由于进入这个需求的淡季呢，看起来在这个三大产品线来讲，衰退幅度是比较大的。QOQ 来看的话，那大尺寸的驱动 IC 呢，看起来是次之。中小尺寸的这个驱动 IC 呢，减少的幅度会比较低，这一部分呢，主要是这个手机来看的话 ，TDDI 的需求看起来是增加了，但是 OLED 呢，看起来这个 shipping 呢，会减少一些。那 Auto 呢，持续会有库存调整的这个状况。
Therefore, could you also provide your quarterly revenue trend across your three business groups?
What Steve just mentioned is that all the three product lines are projected to experience a quarter-on-quarter decline in the fourth quarter. Among them, SoC is expected to see the most significant decline due to the low season, and followed by the large display driver IC. As for the small and medium display driver IC, we will also see decrease quarter-over-quarter, and this is attributed to the drag from smartphone OLED DDIC and inventory adjustment in the automotive product segment. However, the sequential decline is expected to be more moderate, supported by the sequential growth of TDDI products for smartphone. And
已经到年底了，想请问公司对2025年有初步对产业与公司成长的预估，还有可以提一下主要的动能的看法吗？
像明年呢，2025年呢，与 AI 相关的这个需求呢，看起来仍然是未来的一个趋势。因此呢，对 AI 手机啊，或者是 AI 的 NB 啊、PC 啊这些装置的需求呢，看起来是应该会有换季的这个需求。我们认为应该还是在明年还是会 至于说消费电子产品方面的需求呢，目前看起来仍然不是相当的这个明朗，所以这一部分呢，我们必须要持续的来密切观察。不过呢，联咏在明年呢，我们应该会有不少的新产品会推出，所以相信明年的这个营收呢，应该是会有成长的，相信应该会有成长。
Management also provides a very preliminary comments on the industry and your company in terms of the growth drivers and outlook into next year.
As we look ahead to 2025, the key trend in the market continues to be the demand for AI-related products, with a significant focus on the anticipated replacement demand for AI-powered PC, notebook, and smartphones. However, the outlook for demand in consumer electronics remains uncertain and needs to be monitored closely. But despite this uncertainty, Novatek remains optimistic about our revenue growth for 2025, especially with the introduction of new products.
想请问一下管理层，关于您的这个 OLED TDDI 的量产的时间。那这个产品在成本与效能相对你现在主流的OLED 的 DDIC 的优势为何？那想问一下，目前在面板与手机客户这边的进度接受度如何？
目前呢，预计量产的时间呢 ，OLED TDDI 呢，会在这个明年的第二季，会在明年的第二季量产。那采用这个 OLED TDDI 呢，事实上我们发现在性能上是可以提升的。第二个就是成本跟这个 touch 的功耗呢，事实上是可以降低的。第三个还有一个重点是整机的叠构空间的配置呢，会有较佳的这个利用度，会有较佳的利用度。这个意思就是说，你如果空间利用度好，那个电子的空间可以加大，在未来的 AI 的这个手机的应用上呢，你可以有比较长的这个待机的时间或者使用的时间。那目前呢，这个产品呢，我们跟客户，包括面板或者手机厂商呢，在开发进度上呢，现在都顺利进行当中。
Could you provide the mass production timetable for your OLED TDDI? Also, can you also give some color on the advantage of OLED TDDI on cost and the performance over your mainstream discrete DDIC? And also, how about the progress of your negotiation with the panel and the handset customers on this product?
The mass production schedule for our OLED TDDI remains unchanged for the second quarter of 2025. So the MP schedule will be the second quarter of the next year. And as for the advantages of OLED TDDI technology, this includes improved in performance, cost efficiency, and also the lower power consumption for the touch. And also, it can also enhance the form factor, which means that it can provide more room for battery. Okay. And as for the development progress with our customer, currently it is proceeding very smoothly.
那您刚刚在讲第三季的营收的时候，也有提到一些新客户的出货。那可以请教一下，在新客户手机的这个 OLED 驱动 IC 这边的市占率有进一步增加的机会吗？那您相对您的竞争对手优势在哪里？那请问在这个新客户的话，您在其他产品的驱动 IC， 甚至非驱动 IC 的机会或者是展望如何呢？
我想这个持续拓展这个 customer base 呢和 application 呢，我想是 Novatek 我们一直致力努力的这个目标。公司呢，我们会持续精进研发设计技术实力，比如说这个先进制程的开发， 另外在产品品质的这个量产的能力上我们会来争取客户的这个青睐。除了手机之外呢，事实上 Novatek 呢已经配合客户呢的需求呢，我们也开发了一些市场需要的这个产品。有关这个未来持续性的 project 呢，目前我们也顺利的扩大进行当中。相信对于未来长期的发展呢，应该是乐观可期待的，
Is it likely to further expand your market share as a smartphone DDIC for your new smartphone customer? And what's your competitive advantage over your competitor? And also, how about the potential opportunity as a DDIC for other products and even for non-DDIC products?
What Steve mentioned is that one of our major goals is to further diversify our customer mix and also our product portfolio. And we'll continue to enhance our design capabilities, such as advanced process nodes, and also product quality, and also, very importantly, the mass production capability to earn our customers' trust. In addition to smartphones, we have also developed new products in response to our customers' demands and market needs. And as for ongoing projects, we are making very smooth progress in expanding our efforts, and we believe that the future development hold promising prospects.
那也想请教一下，公司有机会切入3星欧蕾面板这边驱动 IC 的机会吗？
我想如上面跟大家报告，持续拓展客群跟应用呢，是我们这个一致的这个目标。目前呢，看起来这个发展呢是正向的，而且是顺利的。
Is it possible to supply OLED DDIC to Samsung's panels in the near future?
As previously mentioned, diversifying the customer mix and product portfolio is our key goal. And basically, the current progress in this area is positive and also on track.
那公司刚刚提到2025年，这个是很多是 AI 的一些趋势。那想请问一下，公司在 AI 相关的产品的布局以及机会是如何呢？
基本上呢 ，Novatek 的产品呢是比较 focus on 这个 Edge devices， 所以有关这个 AI 手机notebook PC 新增这个 AI 的功能呢，相信应该会刺激这个终端的这个换机的需求了，我想这个是可以期待的。另外呢，我们在安防产品或者是 TV 或者是 gaming monitor 上面的应用呢，也有这个加入 AI 这个function的这个需求，而且呢，加入了 AI 功能以后呢，对 display 规格的这个要求呢，也会有提升，比如说功耗或者是这个picture quality
Could you also provide your comments on the development and opportunities for AI-related products?
For us, we are concentrating on the edge device and expect to gain from the growing replacement demand for AI-enabled smartphones, PC, notebook. As the AI functionality continues to advance, we hope to gain some traction there. And furthermore, the demand for surveillance, TV, gaming monitors will be also driven by the integration of AI capabilities. And at the same time, display specification will be also improved. And for example, power consumption, picture quality, etc.
那记得回头2月份的时候，这边跟 ARM 有一个 Newverse 的平台的合作，那也有提到这个对先进制程，想可以请管理层再给我们更新一下这些进展的情况。那也想问一下管理层对于 ASIC 这个相关产品的中长期的展望是如何呢？
上次跟大家报告，参与这个 ARM 的这个 Neoverse 的合作呢，是作为 Novatek 呢 ASIC business 方面的一个延伸，为这个长期做一些准备。这个将来客户呢，也有可能对这个会有需求，所以我们是提前做一些准备。那短期内来看的话，目前事实上没有营收的这个贡献。不过呢，我们在这个驱动 IC 和 SOC 的产品线呢，我们是多有这个 ASIC 的 business。未来的发展呢，我们认为是应该说是正向乐观的，会是正向乐观。
Could you update your progress in ARM Neoverse platform and the 4 or 5 nanometer node process, and also your ASIC business outlook in the mid to long term?
The cooperation with ARM at Neoverse platform, basically it is the extension of our current ASIC business. And basically what we're doing is preparing in advance for customer potential future requirements. And for this project, we are not expecting immediate contribution. And as for Novatek, as you all know that we have ASIC business in both driver, IC, and SoC product lines. And what we see is that the outlook for this business is pretty positive.
接下来几个题目是比较关于这个一些成本、毛利率趋势的问题。那第一个刚刚管理层有简单的提到，但是想再稍微讲细一点，就是您的第三季的毛利率是在指引的上限，但是季对季下滑。那请问主要的因素？那还有您的三大产品线：大尺寸驱动 IC、中小尺寸与 SOC， 第三季的毛利率跟第二季的趋势是如何？
以第三季的毛利率呢，刚刚跟大家报告，较第二季呢减少了有 1.4 个百分点。这个主要是来自这个部分产品售价的调整，还有这个金价成本的这个上涨，主要是这样。那在三大产品线的毛利率上呢，第三季对第二季来比较的话呢，SOC 的产品是有略减，那大尺寸跟这个中小尺寸的这个驱动 IC 呢，看起来是持平的。
Your quarter 3 gross margin was at the upper end of your guidance, but still down quarter-over-quarter. What are major factors? And how about gross margin trends across 3 business groups quarter-over-quarter?
As mentioned earlier, the decline in gross margin in third quarter by 1.4 percentage points was primarily attributed to 2 factors. The adjustment in average selling price for specific products and the increase in gold price. And among the 3 product lines, the gross profit margin slightly decreased QOQ for SoC product line, but remained flat for the large DDIC and the small medium DDIC.
那管理层刚给的第四季毛利率的指引的终点较第三季的结果低，想请问一下主要的原因为何？那也想再请教一下刚刚提到的三大产品线，那第四季的毛利率的季对季的趋势会是怎么样呢？
以第四季的毛利率呢，比第三季呢，目前该的只会略低的原因呢，最主要因为是这个产品组合的变动因为第四季这个 SOC 的占比可能会下降一些，SOC 的占比可能会下降。那第二部分是因为金价看起来还是持续的上涨的情形。另外第三部分呢，当然这个部分产品的售价的 ASP 呢有略微的这个调整，所以三大产品线的毛利率跟第三季比较起来呢，大尺寸跟中小尺寸的这个driver 呢，看起来毛利率会略减。SOC 的这个毛利率应该是会持平，
Why is your quarter 4 gross margin midpoint guidance is slightly lower than result in quarter 3? And also, how about gross margin trend again across three business groups quarter-over-quarter in quarter 4?
The decline in Q4 gross margin guidance, midpoint guidance is primarily attributed to 3 factors. One is the adjustment in product mix. As mentioned earlier, the SoC will be down, and the second one is the increase in gold price, and also the adjustment in ASP for specific products. And as for the 3 major product lines, the margins, the small and medium and the large display driver IC, it will be moderately declined, and as for SoC, it will kind of flat.
那想关于售价方面的趋势，请问一下第4季哪一些产品价格的压力比较大？
由于这个逐渐进入这个需求的淡季呢，这个驱动 IC 的这个价格压力呢相对会略大一点。不过呢，我们也有做了一些 cost down， 也推出了一些新产品呢来支撑跟这个提升未来的这个毛利率。
For pricing, which products are facing more competition into quarter 4?
Due to the slow seasonality, and we are seeing that the driver IC products are experiencing more pricing pressure. And to address these challenges, we are focusing on maintaining or even enhancing our gross profit margins through cost reduction initiatives and also the introduction of new models.
那也想请教一下关于成本的问题，尤其过去2个礼拜，这个晶圆供应商陆续也开了法说会，所以想请问一下公司明年在8寸以及12寸晶圆这边，还有封测的成本的趋势，特别是28奈米这边的高压制程的情况是怎么样？那也想请教一下公司签的长期合约，这个的影响会是怎么样？
我想那个成本的趋势呢，我想跟未来的这个供需呢，应该是有相当密切的关系。那至于2025年的明年的成本呢，目前呢公司呢仍然跟各个 vendor 在进行密切的协商当中。
As for cost, could you also comment on the cost trend on 8-inch and 12-inch foundry and the packaging into 2025 compared with 2024, particularly about 28 nanometer high voltage product, and also any comment on the impact from the LTA?
The trends in costs basically highly correlated with the demand and supply balance. And for Novatek, we are currently engaged in active negotiations with our suppliers to secure favorable terms and also trying to manage the costs more effectively.
那总结这些公司提到的一些因素，可以分享一下有初步对2025年毛利率的趋势，相对2024年会是如何？或者可能也提一下主要会影响的正负因素。
我想那个毛利率呢是公司呢我们一直努力追求的一个目标。对于明年的这个毛利率呢，我想我们最重要的这个方法呢，还是会持续这个推出新产品，优化这个产品的组合，特别是这个高阶的产品。另外呢，也会严格来控管这个成本，来提升这个毛利率。
After discussion on the cost pricing, could you also provide very preliminary view on your gross margin trend into 2025 compared with 2024, or highlight any positive or negative factors?
Again, Novatek's key objective is to sustain and stabilize the gross margin. And to achieve this goal, Steve just mentioned that we'll be focusing on launching new products to drive growth and innovation, and also enhancing our product portfolio with a particular emphasis on the high-end segment. And we also will adopt cost control measures to optimize expense and also maximize the profitability.
那这边有几个题目比较是关于一些财务的这个细项。第一个想请教一下第三季的业外的主要项目与金额为何？
第三季营业外的收入金额是 1.69 亿，那主要是利息收入有 3.03 亿，但是有汇率损失 1.65 亿。
What are major items for your non-operating income in quarter 3?
The non-operating income of 169 million for Q3 came from interest income of 303 million and forex loss of 165 million.
那我们刚看到了这个库存金额，但想请教一下第三季的存货的天数为何？那请问一下第四季库存的金额或者天数的趋势会是怎么样？
第三季末平均的交货天数是63天，那相较于第二季末减少了4天。那第三季的存货库存金额为93.62亿，较第二季略微减少了 0.48 亿。那预估第四季的库存金额相较第三季略低，处于健康的水位。
What are your inventory days as of quarter 3 this year? Could you also provide comments on inventory dollar or days into end of quarter 4?
Inventory days for Q3 were 63 days, down from 67 in the second quarter, while the dollar amount was 9.36 billion, down QOQ by 48 million. And we expect the inventory dollars to decline slightly quarter on quarter in fourth quarter, maintaining the healthy inventory level.
那刚刚看到这个财务的数字，我们注意到第三季的营业费用金额持续跟第二季跟第一季相近，主要原因为何？那我们看到前三季的营业费用的金额跟去年的同期也是大概的持平。那想请问一下，公司目前有一个初步对2025年营业费用金额的看法吗？
公司每季营业费用金额的波动，主要与产品研发金额的投入相关。那第三季的营业费用金额相近，那主要是研发投入金额较平均所致。另外，由于研发人员增加以及先进制程的投入，那预估2025年的营业费用将会较2024年增加。那我们目前正在编列2025年的预算。
Why was your operating expense dollar in quarter 3 similar to that in both first and the second quarter this year? Also, given your OPEX dollar for first 3 quarters similar to the same period of 2023, could you also provide your thoughts on your operating expense into 2025 compared with 2024?
The quarterly operating expense vary largely due to the R&D expenses. The relatively stable operating expense over the past 3 quarters are primarily due to the stable R&D expenses. And we anticipate a year-over-year increase in the operating expense for 2025. And this is mainly driven by the expansion of our R&D team and also investments in advanced process nodes. And we are currently finalizing our 2025 budget to account for these expected changes.
那我们看到公司前三季的所得税率是 15.7%。那之前财务长有提到，今年因为有一些新的所得税法的这个获得的 benefit， 那是指引是 16%， 目前还是这样的看法吗？
是的，2024年因为受惠于研发投资抵减金额的增加，那预估所得税率大概是 16%， 那相较于2023的 17.4% 是较低的。
Given the tax rate of 15.7% 27% for first 3 quarters, do you maintain your guidance of a tax rate of 16% for 2024?
Yes, I mean, due to increased R&D investment tax credits, our estimated effective tax rate for 2024 is approximately around 16%, which is lower than the 17.4% rate recorded in 2023. We've covered most of the questions. I'm not sure if there's any further questions. Tommy, could you just check again if there's any further questions that we haven't yet covered?
那这里有一个问题是，请问管理层这次毛利率的指引比以前宽的原因是什么？那第4季的毛利率在下缘到37% 的原因是什么？
这个没有什么特别原因，只是说我们把这个未来可能的变数呢，把它给做一个比较一致性的一个反应这样。但实际上它没有什么特别的这个含义说要把它这个放宽。一般来讲，大概给的都是在3% 这个 range。
Just wonder why this time your gross margin guidance range of 300 basis points slightly wider than you used to provide, and also the low end of the guidance at the 37%. What are the reason behind?
Not really any specific reason. It's just to take into account all the variables. So it's pretty much around this kind of range.
另外一个问题是，请问 Q4 OLED 手机季点是不是跟新产品竞争者进来有关？明年对这部分的竞争怎么看呢？
我想这个跟大家报告的，其实中国大陆这里的需求是不错的，那可能有些客户会有一些季节性的这个生产的调整，所以跟着有些是增加，有些是减少。
So you mentioned about your OLED DDIC shipment will be down quarter-over-quarter in Q4. Just wonder if this will be caused by the new competitor, and also any comment on the competition into next year.
As mentioned, the China market in Q4 basically looks good, and but there's always some seasonal adjustment in between. Okay, if most of the questions covered. Okay, and thank you all for today's joining us in today's conference, and wish you all the best.
谢谢各位。